Welcome to Animo Retail. In this video, we will show you how to manage a supplier or a vendor, how to create a vendor record, how to see the report of vendor master. Okay, so I will start with the vendor master report first. So in report section in master reports, there is a menu called contact master report. Click on it, and here you can select from this list of value. You can select a vendor master report and simply click on the generate option. So it will show you all the vendor, all the suppliers. Okay, the vendor id, vendor code. Okay, let me increase the font or the resolution so that you can see this. Okay, like this, right? So 2034 vendors have been created into this system. Okay, you can simply click on export CSV or CSV or Excel or uh, I mean these three options are there to export data into Excel or CSV. So Excel is basically going to export the current page data into Excel, and it can export data less than 100,000 rows. More than 100,000 rows, if you are exporting data in Excel, it may take few uh, minutes. I mean, depending on the data, few seconds or minutes. Whereas CSV export, it is exporting the current view only. Okay, same way we are exporting it into Excel. Whereas there is an option called export CSV. So that option we have provided so that you can click on it and the complete data set of supplier master will be exported into a CSV file. So that is the purpose of that export CSV button. Okay, now let's go to the supplier master. So let me type vendor master. Okay, and here it is. So if you want to explore this menu, you can explore it like this. In procurement, in setup, we do have vendor master. Okay, so this is showing me all the organization, all the vendors which are already created with our organization. Okay, the status of that vendor, what is the vendor type, I mean, is it a service vendor or is it a goods vendor or is it a transporter, vendor code, vendor name and mobile number, which are very much important obviously. Okay, now let's click on the new vendor and see what are the options we have provided. So when you are creating a new vendor, a vendor code will be automatically generated by system. If you want to create a your own vendor code, your manual vendor code, in that case you need to click on this is manual vendor and type the vendor code according to your requirement. For example, it can be something like this, right? So depending on your requirement, you can enable or disable, or you can change, or I mean remove this and change it. Okay, vendor name. So vendor name can be something like ABC vendor. Okay, or let's make it more simpler, like uh, Coca-Cola distributor, right? Coca-Cola distributor one. So this can be a supplier name. Okay, and now let's have a ABC beverages pty limited, right? So this is basically a legal name through which the company is registered. Okay, and this is the trading name of a supplier. Now we can also choose the currency, which currency it is. What is the supplier type? Is it a supplier of goods? Is it a supplier of services, or is it a transporter, or is it an agent? Then, okay, this is purchase mode, in which we can choose that whether it is a outright or consignment purchase. At present, this is only for information, but yes, in future it may have some impact in the purchase transactions or inventory transactions. Okay, whether it is a service vendor or not is internal. We will be having a separate window for this, separate video for this. Right now it is disabled, and it will be opened in a separate interface, not in this interface, so no need to worry about it. Now, primary person, if there is a primary person to whom we can connect, I mean, from vendor side, we can name the vendor, name the person. We can have the email ID of that person and mobile number of that person. Now, in address, we can have the billing address and shipping address. So let's type something like uh, address one, address one, and primary person, uh, person one, person one, email ID, right? Mobile number. Now tax information, which is very much important. So by the way, these all are optional fields. A primary person, address, these are the optional fields. Whereas tax information is very much important, and it's a mandatory field which we have to select. Okay. So in tax information, what we can do is we need to select a default formula for making purchases. Either it can be GST purchase or only GST. Like it is in India. In India, we have to select that whether it is a GST purchase or without GST purchase, or GST plus packaging. Uh, One by one, we will show you. I mean, this formula, for this formula field, we will be having a separate window in which we will explain that what this formula field does exactly in the purchase transaction. Okay. For timing, let's have GST purchase. Okay, tax region. Like this supplier, is it from Rajasthan? Rajasthan is a state in India, or is it from some other, tax jurisdiction? So that you can select it from here, right? You can also type the GST number of supplier or VAT number of supplier, and if you want to capture more information of a supplier, like PAN card number or the company information, company registration number or something, some other information, then you can choose this option and save it, right? And save the vendor. So this is how we can create a vendor, right? You can see this, it is created. Thank you very much for watching this video.